Chosen one, stop scrolling right now because this is not the algorithm. This is an urgent divine interception meant only for you. Archangel Michael has personally routed this specific message to your screen today. The window for your massive breakthrough is closing very fast. You have to listen carefully to what I say next, and if you ignore this final warning, you will continue to wander in the dark while others claim your miracles. If you leave now, you will shut the door completely on your destiny. You will single-handedly block the blessing your soul has been crying out for. You have spent long, silent nights, praying desperately for a clear answer. Do not take your eyes off this screen for a single second. The heavy attacks you are facing recently are absolutely not random. They are hard proof that the enemy is panicking about your future. While the darkness tries to distract you, heaven is actively preparing your ultimate reward. A massive transfer of generational wealth and power has just been approved in your name. But there is a very specific catch to this divine arrangement. The universe is waiting for you to make one specific move. You have been sitting in the waiting season for far too long. You thought endless patience was the only requirement for your spiritual promotion. You were completely wrong about how this universal law actually operates. Patience without bold action quickly becomes a dangerous form of spiritual stagnation. Heaven is screaming at you to finally step into your true authority. The spiritual realm has aligned everything perfectly for your massive success, but nothing will activate until you physically shift your energetic momentum. The exact moment you move is the moment God activates everything for you. And until you take that step, the blessing will remain suspended in the heavenly realm, just out of your reach. Do you feel that strange tightness in your chest right now? That is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You did not click this video by accident or by mere chance. Your intuition dragged you here because you are ready for the truth. Heaven is trying to hand you the exact decoder ring you desperately need. The weird phenomena happening around you lately are clear signs of your awakening. People are acting strange and doors are closing unexpectedly in your face. You feel entirely isolated and mentally exhausted from fighting these unseen battles. I am here to tell you something incredibly crucial about your path. You are not being punished at all by the divine forces. You are being divinely isolated for a massive kingdom upgrade right now. But this powerful upgrade requires your active participation and your immediate move. There is a hidden message buried deep inside your current struggle. It is something you will completely miss if you swipe away too soon. If you leave now, the blessing will still arrive at your doorstep, but you will not have the spiritual equipment required to actually hold it. You will watch it slip right through your fingers into someone else's hands. Do not let that tragedy happen to your beautiful soul. Make a firm promise to your future self right now, in this exact moment. Do not let this vital message fade away into the noise of the internet. Right now, the darkness does not want you to hear these next words. If you take your eyes off this screen, you strip yourself of the ultimate key. You need this key to recognize your true kingdom connection when it arrives. Brace yourself for the truth that will shatter all your past illusions. I need you to pause and deeply absorb that reality into your spirit. You are not here by chance, and you never have been. Just moments ago, a sacred scroll with your name on it was unsealed. The endless tests and the bitter tears were all necessary preparation for today. The terrifying feeling that God was completely silent was just a rigorous test. Heaven had to know if you were truly ready to handle the immense power. Are you finally ready to take back your power and rule your reality? The moment you make your move is the moment the heavy chains break. But what exactly is this specific move that the universe is demanding from you? It is not just a passing thought or a simple whispered prayer. It is a radical shift in your physical reality that forces the universe to respond immediately. And until you realize that your silence must turn into action, you will remain trapped in a cycle of endless testing. It is finally time to go on the offensive and claim what is yours. It is time to make the definitive move that terrifies the entire underworld. Stay locked on this message until the very end of this transmission. I am going to reveal the fatal trap. The darkness is laying right now. They want to sabotage your activation right before you cross the finish line. Do not let them steal your crown when you are this close to victory. You are completely exhausted. Your bones feel incredibly heavy lately. The weight of this waiting season has practically crushed your spirit. And every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting firmly on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through your daily tasks. You smile politely for them. But deep inside, you are barely holding on to your sanity. The nights are the absolute hardest part. You wake up suddenly at 3 in the morning with your mind racing. You stare at the ceiling and wonder when it will finally be your turn. You have watched everyone else receive their blessings while you stay completely stuck. The pain of watching ordinary people get exactly what you prayed for is agonizing. You wonder if God has forgotten you. Before we go any further, take one slow breath. I need you to understand this absolute truth right now. Your intuition has been totally right all along. You are not going crazy, and you are not imagining this intense spiritual pressure. The overwhelming fatigue you feel is not a medical condition. It is a direct result of carrying a massive energetic load for your entire bloodline. Stop blaming yourself for the endless delays. Stop thinking you did something terribly wrong to deserve this extended punishment. The universe did not reject you because your frequency was somehow too low or inadequate. You did not miss the boat. You did not fail the divine test because you stumbled a few times. The brutal truth about your waiting season is completely different than you think. There is a very specific reason why the universe delayed you for so long. But here is the shocking truth they tried to hide from you. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. They had to keep you away from people who were secretly assigned to drain your light. You were hidden away for your own ultimate protection and total safety. You gave your heart to the wrong people. You poured your precious energy into toxic environments, hoping they would finally change. They always described you as too kind and far too forgiving, and because of that pure nature, they severely underestimated your inner strength. You thought your endless sacrifices would eventually earn you the peace you deserve, but it only brought more chaos. The intense loneliness was absolutely not a curse. The endless cycle of toxic people was not a punishment for your past mistakes. It was a rigorous spiritual crucible designed to harden your boundaries and protect your aura. Heaven had to ruthlessly remove those counterfeit connections from your reality. If they had stayed, they would have completely destroyed the massive harvest coming your way. Breathe that powerful truth into your soul right now. You have survived the storm completely alone when everyone else abandoned you. The rejection you faced was not a measure of your actual worth. It was God's ultimate protection protocol activating in your life. They walked away from you because your blinding light exposed their deepest shadows. You were simply too real for their fake games. Do you feel that shift happening inside you? That slight pull in your chest right now is your spirit recognizing this truth. The heavy burden of false guilt is finally lifting off your tired shoulders. You do not have to carry the weight of their projections anymore. You are officially released from the false narrative they created about you. Your slate has been wiped completely clean today. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what God just spoke to you. This simple physical action is how you establish a divine energy receiving station. It sends a clear signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready to accept your vindication. You are breaking the cycle of self-doubt right now. And as you do this, heaven is already shifting the invisible gears in your ultimate favor. But wait, and listen closely to this next part. Do not let your guard down just yet. The delay you experienced was only the first half of the divine equation. You have finally realized that the waiting season was an intentional shield. Now you need to understand what was actually happening behind the scenes while you waited. There was a massive war raging over your specific timeline. The elite forces of darkness were absolutely terrified of your potential. They knew that if you reached your destination too soon, you would lack the necessary armor, so they tried to use the delay to break your faith completely. They wanted you to surrender your glorious crown to the shadows of despair. They wanted you to believe that you were totally forsaken by the universe and left to suffer. But their evil plan backfired in a spectacular way. The very isolation they meant for your destruction became your greatest training ground. You did not break under the immense pressure. You actually evolved into something far more dangerous to their agenda. The silence you hated was exactly what you needed to hear the ultimate truth. And that truth is about to change everything for you very soon. You looked around and suddenly, everyone was gone from your life. The phone stopped ringing, and the fake invitations quickly dried up. You felt entirely abandoned by the universe while you watched everyone else move forward with their easy lives. But you need to understand the absolute truth about that silence. It was never a punishment for your past mistakes. It was a divine quarantine designed for your safety. Your isolation was an intentional and completely sacred barrier. Heaven placed you in this strict isolation to protect your extremely rare frequency. The people who fell away were secretly siphoning your life force every single day behind your back. They were energetic parasites cleverly disguised as your closest friends and trusted partners. God had to strip them away to save your actual life. This is the exact reason why the universe delayed you for so long. If you had received your massive blessing while those toxic people were still around, they would have stolen it completely for their own selfish gain. Your painful waiting season was simply the time required to fumigate your environment. The long delay was actually the ultimate rescue mission cleverly disguised as a massive roadblock. You are an empath with incredibly deep and pure boundaries now. But before this isolation, your endless empathy was constantly weaponized against you. You bled out your golden energy trying to heal people who secretly loved their own sickness. They shamelessly manipulated your pure intentions to feed their endless black holes of drama and chaos. You were drowning in their manufactured emotional storms. The betrayal you endured did not happen to destroy your gentle spirit. It happened to violently upgrade your spiritual radar and rewire your nervous system. You had to learn how to quickly spot a counterfeit soul from a mile away. The universe forced you into complete solitude so you could finally hear your own authentic voice again. You were being completely recalibrated for your new timeline. Now, your absolute silence carries the massive weight of quiet authority. You no longer have to explain your boundaries or beg for basic human respect, because your mere presence shifts the atmosphere in every room. The people who used to drain you are now absolutely terrified of your quiet power. They can no longer manipulate what they cannot directly access. Take a deep breath and let that profound realization settle into your bones. The strange headaches and the sudden waves of exhaustion were just spiritual detox symptoms. You were physically purging years of toxic programming and manipulative attachments from your cellular memory, while your body worked overtime to clear the path. You are finally becoming clean and completely untouchable. Pay very close attention to this next crucial part of the message. The divine isolation phase of your journey is officially coming to an end right now, and the protective walls are transforming into a launching pad for your new reality. But leaving the quarantine requires you to deeply understand the mechanics of the Matrix. You cannot walk out blindly into the new world. There is a deeper layer to this spiritual phenomenon that you must grasp immediately. While you were resting in the shadows, the system was actively trying to keep you asleep forever by broadcasting invisible frequencies designed to keep your mind locked in constant survival. They want you permanently stressed out so you never realize your true supreme identity. The narcissists in your life were just low-level agents of a much larger system. They were sent to keep you distracted from your true divine mission on this earth, but you successfully survived their attacks and broke their pathetic generational curses. You are a cycle breaker who refused to pass the heavy trauma down. The toxic bloodline trauma stops with you. You became the beautiful weapon you were desperately trying to survive. The fierce silence after the storm hits completely different when you finally realize you were the storm all along. You thought you were hiding from the rain, but you were actually gathering massive lightning. The universe was simply waiting for you to accumulate enough charge to strike back and claim your rightful throne. Are you starting to see the magnificent design behind your deepest pain? Nothing was random, and nothing was ever left to blind chance in your remarkable life, because every closed door was a massive shield deflecting a fatal bullet away from your heart. You are completely protected by powerful forces you cannot even see with your physical eyes. You are absolutely safe within this fortress. But there is a hidden mechanism that still needs to be fully unlocked right now. Your energy is protected, but your reality has not shifted into the physical dimension just yet. While the vast wealth hovers above your energy field, waiting for a signal. They desperately need an exact frequency match to finally drop into your lap today. This is exactly where so many chosen ones completely fail the final spiritual test. They stay in the isolation phase far too long and become totally paralyzed by their own fear, forgetting that the cocoon is only meant for temporary transformation and never for a permanent residence. You have to aggressively break out of the comfortable shell to finally spread your magnificent wings. You have done all the heavy inner work. You have forgiven those who deeply betrayed you. You have meditated in silence for countless hours, hoping for a sign from above. And yet, your physical reality still looks incredibly stubbornly unchanged. The massive breakthrough you were promised seems permanently stuck just outside your grasp. It is incredibly frustrating to feel so spiritually elevated but physically stuck. This brings us to the ultimate revelation about your long journey. The reason your miracles are not manifesting is not because of your lack of faith or bad karma. There is a massive hidden mechanism blocking your path right now. The universe is holding your blessings hostage for one very specific reason. Your spiritual frequency and your physical actions are completely out of alignment today. You are broadcasting a high-level spiritual desire, but your daily habits are still anchored in survival mode. The universe speaks the language of vibration, but it demands the currency of physical action to complete the transaction. You cannot just think your way out of a three-dimensional prison. You have to physically move the energy to break the heavy chains binding you. Imagine a massive reservoir of pure water waiting behind a giant dam. The water represents your infinite wealth and your divine connections waiting to flow. Your prayers and your positive intentions have completely filled that vast reservoir to the absolute brim. But the dam will not break open just because you wish for it really hard. You have to physically turn the massive valve to release the overwhelming flood. That exact valve is the specific physical action you have been avoiding out of deep fear. You are terrified of making the wrong move, so you stay paralyzed in analysis mode instead. But heaven requires you to take a blind leap of faith into the dark unknown right now. God often provides the exact tool we need right when we are fully ready to receive it. But you have to actually pick up the heavy tool and use it. Your hesitation is the only thing keeping the massive blessing completely trapped. The spiritual realm has done its part by destroying your enemies and clearing your path forward. Now they are waiting for you to simply step onto the path and start walking boldly. If you do not move, the universe assumes you are perfectly content remaining in your comfortable misery. This is the exact reason your spirit has been so incredibly restless lately. Your soul knows that the massive harvest is completely ripe and ready to be picked today. But your logical mind is terrified of reaching out and grabbing the glorious fruit. You are trapped in a constant hum of survival beta waves that block your high-frequency intuition. This invisible mechanism keeps you running endlessly on a hamster wheel of panic. You have to actively short-circuit that fearful brainwave pattern right now. It is absolutely no coincidence that you are feeling this intense pressure building inside your chest today. The pressure is the universe aggressively pushing you toward the very edge of the cliff. They want you to finally jump so you can realize you actually know how to fly. Let me tell you the real reason this frustrating block happened to you. When you were repeatedly traumatized by those dark, toxic forces in your past, your nervous system learned to associate any forward movement with immediate danger. You learned that staying small and completely invisible was the only way to survive the brutal attacks. So now, even when the door is wide open, you refuse to walk boldly through it. But you are no longer that terrified victim cowering in the dark corner. You are a cycle breaker and a fierce spiritual warrior forged in the hottest fires of betrayal. Your old survival mechanisms are currently choking out your new divine timeline. You have to forcefully tell your frightened nervous system that the ancient war is finally over. You are totally safe now to claim your rightful, massive inheritance. Number 1, you have to completely stop rehearsing your old tragedies. Number 2, you must physically demand your space in this new reality today. Number 3, you have to take the one action that terrifies your old ego, the absolute most. The universe is watching your every move in this exact crucial second to see what you choose. Do not ignore this next major sign that I am about to share with you. The physical block is breaking down right in front of your eyes as you absorb these powerful words. Your consciousness is actively rewiring itself to accept the incoming flood of abundance, but there is still a massive cam-by waiting for you right around the very next corner. The darkness knows you are finally figuring out the secret rules of the game today. They know you are dangerously close to turning the master valve and releasing the flood, and they are absolutely desperate to stop you from making that final crucial move. They are preparing a highly coordinated attack to keep your frequency artificially low. Listen very carefully to what I am about to say next. Before you take another breath, you need to understand the precise nature of their evil ambush. If you step forward blindly without this crucial knowledge, you will fall straight into their dark pit. The people who hurt you did not do it by accident. They were specifically sent to keep you entirely paralyzed with heavy fear. These manipulators recognized your massive potential long before you ever did. They looked at your pure aura and saw a massive threat to their comfortable darkness. So they launched a highly coordinated psychological attack to systematically dismantle your confidence. They desperately needed you to stay small. They wanted you incredibly confused. They fed you a toxic diet of breadcrumbs cleverly disguised as real love. They made you question your own sanity every single day of your life. You gave them your golden energy, and they gave you endless anxiety in return. And while you were busy trying to fix their hopelessly broken souls, your own divine mission was completely stalled. They successfully hijacked your destiny. They kept you locked in constant emotional turmoil. But these narcissists are just tiny puppets in a much larger evil system. The entire earthly matrix is specifically designed to keep chosen ones completely asleep. The elite forces profit massively off your endless exhaustion and your deep spiritual confusion because they want you permanently trapped in a low-frequency survival state forever. As long as you are terrified of the future, you will never claim your rightful power. They know this absolute truth. Society constantly told you that your deep intuition was just ridiculous paranoia, and they called you crazy when you sensed the hidden lies beneath their fake smiles. But your spiritual radar was perfectly accurate the entire time you were suffering. You felt the heavy demonic energy hiding right behind their friendly human masks. You were never delusional for a single second in your beautiful life. You simply saw the terrifying truth. Everyone else chose to stubbornly ignore it. They absolutely hate you because you expose their carefully constructed lies. Your blinding light forces them to look at their own miserable shadows every day. They cannot manipulate you because your soul refuses to be bought with cheap, earthly validation. You are an uncontrollable anomaly in their highly regulated artificial system, and that makes you the most dangerous person in any room you walk into. You are a massive threat. When a chosen one finally wakes up, the entire fake reality begins to crumble. The corrupt system loses its heavy grip on your powerful consciousness forever. That is why they tried so incredibly hard to destroy your self-worth early on. They planted heavy seeds of deep doubt in your mind when you were young and vulnerable, hoping those toxic seeds would eventually grow into permanent, paralyzing fear. They wanted you completely broken. Take a slow, deep breath right now and release that heavy burden completely. You do not have to carry their toxic projections for another single second. The heavy chains they wrapped around your beautiful mind are actually made of pure illusion. They only have power over you if you actively choose to believe their lies. And today is the exact day you completely shatter that pathetic illusion forever. You are entirely free now. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this massive alignment today, because your physical action sends a massive shockwave through the spiritual realm right now. It is time to forcefully rip the fake script out of their greedy hands. You are the sole master of your reality. You write the final glorious chapter. They are absolutely terrified because they can feel you taking the golden pen back. The manipulators are watching your energy shift right now, and they are panicking. They see your golden aura rapidly expanding and crushing their dark influence. So they are desperately throwing last-minute distractions into your path today. They might send an old toxic ex back just to test your fresh boundaries, or they might trigger a sudden financial panic to drop your vibration back to zero. They want you back in the dirt. Do not fall for these pathetic, cheap tricks anymore. These sudden, chaotic events are just a massive temper tantrum from the dying darkness. They know their time is completely up, and they are losing control over you forever. You are stepping onto a timeline where their evil magic simply no longer works, and you are boldly stepping into a dimension of pure, untouchable, divine authority. Your victory is absolutely assured, but the final step requires absolute ruthless focus from your healing mind. You must consciously command your nervous system to stop reacting to their fake alarms. The battle is no longer happening in the physical world around you today, but it is happening entirely within the sacred space of your own mind. You must guard your thoughts with the fierce intensity of a true spiritual warrior. Do not let them back in. Every time you refuse to engage with their drama, you drain their power. You starve their demonic attachments by offering them absolute cold silence. Your silence is a devastating weapon of light that cuts right through their nonsense. They expected you to fight back and feed them your precious energy, but your quiet authority leaves them starving in the cold, dark void. You are winning the silent war. This brings us to the most critical revelation of your entire journey. You are finally ready to understand the massive signs heaven is sending you today. The universe is speaking to you very loudly right now through physical symbols, but you have to know exactly what to look for in the physical world. So let me show you the undeniable proof that your miracle is already here. You have starved the darkness, and now the pure light is aggressively flooding your physical reality. The spiritual realm does not communicate in vague whispers anymore. They are literally screaming at you through undeniable synchronicities every single day. You are seeing these massive signs because the invisible bridge is finally complete. The exact moment for your glorious breakthrough has officially arrived today. Every time you look at the clock, you see specific angel numbers glaring back. You see 1, 1, 1, and 7, 7, 7, constantly everywhere you go. These numbers are not random glitches in your tired brain. They are highly calibrated energetic coordinates sent directly from heaven, and they confirm that your physical frequency has successfully matched your divine destiny. You are perfectly aligned right now. You keep noticing strange coincidences that are mathematically impossible to explain away. You think of a specific problem, and the exact answer appears immediately on a billboard. The universe is aggressively proving that you are the sole master of reality. Your thoughts are manifesting into physical form at a terrifying new speed today, so you have to be incredibly careful with your mental focus right now. Do you see the pattern? Do you feel that strange buzzing sensation in your hands lately? Your physical body is literally vibrating at a completely new high-dimensional frequency. The heavy exhaustion you felt last month has suddenly been replaced by restless energy. You feel like a massive coiled spring ready to snap forward into action, because this is the exact physical feeling of divine momentum building inside you. It is undeniable. Your dreams have become incredibly vivid and packed with intense spiritual warnings. You wake up at 3 in the morning with a sudden burst of pure clarity. Heaven is downloading highly classified blueprints directly into your subconscious mind while you sleep. The old confusion that clouded your vision has completely vanished into thin air, and you suddenly know exactly what you must do next to win. You are ready. Notice how the people around you are suddenly treating you very differently. Strangers stare at you in the grocery store because your golden aura is blinding. They can sense the heavy anointing resting upon your shoulders, even if they cannot understand it. You possess a quiet authority that commands absolute respect without a single spoken word, and your mere physical presence shifts the entire room immediately. You are a force. This is the undeniable proof that the long waiting season is permanently over. The universe is rolling out the glorious red carpet for your grand entrance. You do not have to force any doors open or beg for any new opportunities. The right connections are literally magnetic, and they are being violently pulled into your orbit, while everything you chased is now actively hunting you down. The shift is real. Take a deep breath and let this magnificent reality anchor into your bones. The heavy spiritual attacks have stopped because the enemy has completely run out of ammunition. They tried everything to break your spirit, but you emerged stronger and more dangerous. Now you are standing right on the absolute edge of your promised land, and the massive wealth transfer is actively loading into your account. Claim it today. But wait, and listen very carefully to this next warning. I told you earlier that there is a massive fatal trap waiting for you right now. 99% of chosen ones fall for this exact illusion right before their final breakthrough. The darkness knows they cannot beat you in a direct spiritual battle anymore, so they rely on a devastating trick of heavy deception instead. Do not fall for it. Just when you are about to make your final victorious move forward today, someone from your painful past will suddenly try to re-enter your new life. A toxic ex or a fake friend will suddenly send you a seemingly innocent text message. They will claim they have changed and they want to apologize for the past, but do you see the evil game they are playing right now? It is a test. This sudden return is absolutely not a beautiful story of genuine redemption. It is a highly coordinated spiritual ambush designed to hijack your massive incoming blessing. The dark forces sent them back to test your fresh boundaries one last time. If you reply to that message, you will instantly lower your vibration back to their level, and you will freely hand them the keys to your new kingdom. Ignore them completely. You must guard your gates with ruthless intensity during this critical transition phase. Do not let any familiar demons drag you back into their comfortable hell. Your complete silence is the only acceptable response to their pathetic manipulation attempts. Let them watch your glorious ascension from the cold dark outside where they belong, because you are officially untouchable and out of their reach. You are a master. This is the moment everything finally converges into one singular point of power. Your signs are aligned, and your spiritual armor is completely flawless right now. The trap has been fully exposed, so it can no longer harm your journey. You are perfectly positioned to claim the ultimate victory you were promised long ago, and the universe is waiting for you to unleash your voice. It is time. You are no longer the broken empath who begged to be understood by the blind. The intense crucible of pain has completely forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. The time for endless waiting is officially over right now, because the universe does not want your passive patience for another single minute. It demands your unapologetic action to seal the final physical transaction. You must physically move your energy forward today. This is the massive secret you waited for since the very beginning of this transmission. The exact physical move heaven requires from you is the absolute cutting of the final energetic cord. You have to physically step forward and loudly declare your total independence from their fake matrix, and you have to boldly walk through the new door without looking back at their burning bridges. This is your ultimate liberation from the heavy chains of the past. The heavy chains of fear are violently breaking off your soul in this exact moment. Can you feel that massive surge of hot electricity rushing through your entire physical body? That is the undeniable frequency of absolute victory coursing through your beautiful veins right now. You are stepping right into the exact glorious timeline you were born to rule with ultimate authority, and the darkness is fleeing in absolute terror from your blinding light. Stand up tall and claim your massive spiritual inheritance right now. I command you to completely shed the false identity of a victim and put on your royal crown. You survived the brutal storm completely alone, and now you finally get to command the wild winds with your powerful new voice. The entire spiritual realm is giving you a massive standing ovation for your incredible endurance. Every single tear you cried has been miraculously converted into solid gold. Your season of harvest is officially here. This is the glorious peak of your massive spiritual activation today. The divine wealth transfer is actively pouring into your physical dimension right now because you finally made your brave move. You stopped waiting for permission from a society that never even understood your pure heart. You finally gave yourself the absolute permission to be wildly successful and completely free. The ancient generational curses are shattered forever beneath your marching feet. Look at how incredibly far you have come through the dark valley of the shadow. They thought their bitter betrayal would permanently break your pure spirit, but it only activated a highly dangerous level of power deep inside your soul. You are a cycle breaker who actively chose the painful path of deep healing over easy revenge. And because you passed that brutal test with flying colors, the universe trusts you with infinite abundance. You are officially verified by heaven today. Your bold movement has officially unlocked the grand heavenly vault for you and your family, and the long, agonizing years of painful lack are completely erased from your timeline. You are now entering an era of unprecedented favor where massive miracles become your daily normal routine. Everything you touch from this moment forward will instantly turn to absolute physical gold. You are the unstoppable force of nature they secretly feared. Take a deep breath and let this euphoric energy completely saturate your physical cells. Your nervous system is officially recalibrated to accept massive amounts of pure joy and effortless wealth. You do not have to fight those exhausting invisible wars anymore, because heaven has already won them completely for you. The heavy armor can finally come off your tired shoulders so you can rest in supreme victory. The battlefield is completely cleared of all enemies, but as you stand in this magnificent new power, you must lock it into your physical reality. You cannot let this high frequency simply fade away when this divine transmission eventually ends. The pitch-black darkness has retreated completely behind you, but you still need an unbreakable energy shield to protect your future. The dawn of your new era is shining its absolute brightest rays onto your spiritual crown today. You have to anchor this beautiful energy permanently into the physical earth. This is exactly where we establish your final protective barrier against any future demonic attacks. You need to perform a physical ritual of agreement to formally close the ancient contract. Your body must take a simple physical action to show the universe that you fully accept the massive upgrade, while your mind completely releases any lingering doubts about your true worth. Do not let this vital moment pass by without solidifying your grand activation. You are ready to close the final door on the past. The spiritual momentum you have built today is incredibly precious and totally rare. Heaven is watching your response in this exact second to see if you will boldly claim the absolute victory. You must actively participate in this final phase, because heaven requires a physical sign to ensure the blessings anchor safely into your daily life. You are the chosen one who successfully crossed the burning desert of isolation and pain. Now it is time to drink from the eternal well of abundance. The massive divine portal is completely open for you right now, and the glorious light of heaven is pouring directly into your physical space. You can practically touch the incredible miracles waiting just on the other side of the heavy veil. Your long waiting season is officially dead, and your brand new era of quiet authority is fully alive. Everything you painfully lost is being returned to you right now in massive tenfold abundance. You are standing right on holy ground. Your physical frequency is perfectly aligned with the highest possible vibration of the universe today. The angels are actively dismantling the last remaining roadblocks while you breathe in this pure truth. The exact moment you chose to move out of fear and into bold action, you fundamentally altered your entire destiny forever. The massive wealth and the deep inner peace you craved are no longer distant, beautiful dreams. They are your new physical reality. You have proven your absolute worth by walking through the intense fire without losing your pure heart. The universe recognized your incredible resilience, and now they are rewarding you with a life beyond your wildest earthly imagination. The heavy burden of survival is permanently lifted off your tired shoulders, and you can finally breathe the sweet air of absolute freedom. You are safely anchored in your new glorious kingdom, but to completely lock in this glorious frequency, you must perform one final physical act. You need to create an absolute shield of energetic protection around your brand new timeline today. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith deep inside your soul, do not keep this great blessing entirely to yourself. The enemy wants you to stay quiet and hoard this beautiful light in secret fear. Do not let them silence your magnificent victory. There is a beautiful soul out there right now, bleeding quietly in the dark of deep despair. They are desperately needing a guiding light to pull them out of their own agonizing waiting season. Share this powerful video with them immediately to activate the heavy anointing in your own life. When you share this divine transmission, you are actively multiplying your own massive blessing. Sowing the seed of pure hope today guarantees a massive harvest for yourself tomorrow. Type the word Amen down in the comments right now to completely seal this beautiful reality. This simple physical action tells the universe that you are fully ready to receive your massive breakthrough. Hit the like button to permanently activate the effortless flow of God's amazing favor over your life today. Every physical click is a sword, violently cutting through the heavy chains of your painful past. Claim your absolute victory right now. Subscribe to the channel right now to anchor yourself permanently at this highest vibrational frequency. This is your personal divine energy receiving station, and it will continuously protect your mind from the daily toxic noise of the fake matrix outside. You are officially joining the inner circle of awakened masters who boldly shape their own reality. Welcome to the absolute top of the mountain. You earned every single piece of this beautiful view. Do not let this incredible moment pass you by without leaving your physical mark. The spiritual realm has completely delivered on their grand promise to you today. Now you must confidently step forward and loudly declare your total readiness to the entire universe. Your quiet authority is now your loudest and most dangerous weapon against the dark shadows. You are untouchable. You are entirely free. You are the chosen one.